Hi, and welcome to my channel, A Little Patience. My name is Ashley, and I am here to talk to you about my stitching. I haven't been on since, I think, May. I think May was my last Flosstube, and this is Flosstube number 54 that I have not been able to record for 2 months because summer break. And today is, oh dear, what is today? August 28th. It's the last Thursday of August, and that's typically when I've been able to find time to film. And I was unable to do it over summer break though, but here I am, Flosstube 54. My name is Ashley and my channel is A Little Patience. So I'm going to share with you what I've been working on for the past 3 months, and we'll see if I can squeeze all of it in while Willie is hopefully napping. I put him to bed while he was still kind of awake, so I haven't heard him though, and he hasn't come down, so I'm hoping he fell asleep. Anyway, I've got my light on today because it's kind of dark in here right now in my craft room, but and I'm letting Fia, my dog, wander around because don't lick me, I have lotion on. She's been in her crate all morning because we were at the playground, and we can't bring dogs to our neighborhood playground. So anyway, here I was sharing stuff on my Instagram, so please be sure to check me out there, A Little Patience XS. And then I just stopped. I was sharing because I didn't think I'd be able to get in a floss tube, but I'm actually going to go back and share the things I've been working on. So here is June. All my strawberries and bees and flowers. So I'm just going to go in order of what I've worked on instead of in order of like whips and finishes and haul. So for June, I had a new start on June 1st. It was I Collect by With Thy Needle and Thread, and it was a kit I bought from Country Sampler, and it's back here, so I'm gonna turn around and grab it. And I did share this on my Instagram, but it was a kit, and so it came with the linen, it came with the finishing fabric, and it came with the floss. I added my own buttons. I have a jar of white buttons up there. It's tucked behind another thing I worked on, and I just picked some out and added them to this button jar, and this took me 2 days to stitch up. I really wanted to get it done, and I was having a hard time stitching on this. I think it's 40 count weeks straw, but the weave was really tight, so I really could only use my Ottlight, but I almost switched fabric, but I persisted and I was able to finish it, and it's super cute, and it's back behind me on my cabinet here. I just love these scissors, and I did make a mistake with the bobbins, one of the bobbins, but no one's gonna know unless you like have the chart right there next to you. So there is I Collect. And I'm gonna tuck it back here, otherwise I'm gonna lose track of everything. Okay, so I also finished, so then the very next day I finished Angel Dillies, 1859. And that is in this tray back here. So give me a second. Let me just grab this whole thing. Okay, because it's, I think, on the bottom. Okay. No, it's not. Okay. So it came from the Cruel Goblin in Australia. This is box 1 from the Schoolgirl Sewing Club last year, and I regret not buying the subscription this year, but oh well, because there's been some really cute samplers that they've had. So this was, everything was provided for you, the fabric and the floss. A little extra one on the back there. So this is my finish. And there are a couple mistakes in here as well, but you're never gonna know. And it's beautiful, and I love that border so much. And these colors are so delicate. I really enjoyed stitching this. This box also came with a needle book you could stitch up. And that was, I've already done that. That's already completed. So I can put this in my pile of things to be framed and get rid of this box so I have more room for charts. Let me see if I can tell you the fabric. Okay. 36 count fox and rabbit paper bark. And then the floss is just a mix of cotton overdyed. And they're in here. So that's what I have left. So I'll save the floss and I'll most likely get rid of the box. Okay, so that is a finish. And then I worked on Mary Gypsum and I finished that too. So let's see if I can find it in my pile here. She is. Okay. I don't have the floss. I probably put them away already, but this is Mary Gypsum. I purchased this through the Homespun Needlework group on Facebook, and it is by Whilst Iris Naps. The fabric is 36 count Thornfield, and I chose the DMC flosses. I just set that down and you can see my finish. And it's not, nothing is ironed yet. And there is Mary Gypsum. So I got her done the very next day. The very beginning of June was very, I can't think of the word, but I was busy and I got things done. And I want to get it too much closer than that, otherwise you'll lose the whole sampler. She's beautiful, and those two red houses are gorgeous. So I'm very happy to have her done. It took a lot of stitching time to get her done. Okay, so then after I finished, oh no, I didn't finish that the next day. I finished the other one. Okay, so Mary Gypsum, I finished, no? When did I finish Mary? She was done, oh, July 4th. I finished her July 4th. So I also worked on Lori Holt's stitch cards, and they're here somewhere. I know how I'm going to finish these. I'm going to finish these on the wooden pillow boxes from Chantel's 141 Design Company. She calls them Willow. And I have them spray painted, but I ran out of spray paint. I need a little bit more. There's some spots that are uneven. So I used some colors that I pulled that I had. So this is what I have left from what I chose to use. And I did my best to use those for all three sets. I did set O, just 3 of these. I did, oh, well, I know I did the house, the sheep, and I think maybe this one. And then I did set P. I did, I think, this one, this one, this one. I don't think I did the quilt. And then we'll find out together. I did set M. And I did all of these except the strawberry, I think. Okay, and on these I did it on 28 count mushroom. So here's the teapot. And I did my best to match the colors, but I did change them. So it's more of a periwinkle blue as opposed to an aqua. Here's the teacup. And I just didn't backstitch tea. I just left the tea bag just like that. The strawberries, and I have a safety pin here just so I know that that is the top when I go to finish it. Okay, so that was the first set. Here is one of the sewing ones. And the scissors, and I've already stitched this before for a box, like a sewing box for my mom. I'm pretty sure I made the scissors blue because that's her favorite color. And then I added a button, a little brown button. Sewing machine. Yeah, the pot of flowers. The house. And the ABC 1, 2, 3. So I just gotta get out to Home Depot to get another can of spray paint, and then I can fully finish these and put them back here as well. Okay, let me just keep that here. So then I worked on my band sampler, I think just one time, and that band sampler is in my Just Cross Stitch magazine from January, February 2009. And I'm just using some floss. It's just folded up in my book here. Using some floss that I just like. And this is my progress. I did run out of the dark green I was using, so I had to buy more, and naturally the colors aren't perfect, so I had to stop and think about, you know, some decisions I need to make. So that's my progress on my band sampler, and I think this is just 32 count antique white, I think is the fabric. And then I just have some colors pulled to match this silk, this leftover silk I had from a pillow I made. It's kind of rainbow. Oh, the light's kind of bad right now. I'm sorry. Oh, that looks terrible. And here's the other colors. This pretty light gray blue. Some greens and more of the same pink I showed you. Whoopsies. And another lighter green. So just a little bit of progress on that. Like I said, I need to think about what I want to do about that. Different colored greens, so I haven't quite decided. Then, let's see, a lot of work on Mary Gibson. I also worked on Katarine's Garden, so let me grab her. She's in my little sewing box with all the silks. I'm using 103s for Katarine's Garden. This was from Hobby House, and it is stitched on, it's sliding out the bottom, 46 count Salt Ash by Cedar River Linen. And the progress, that's my progress. Oh, there, the light came back. I think it might be a little cloudy out today. So as you can see, I think I've got my needle stuck right there in the middle with some floss I need to use next for something, but She's so bright and cheerful, very colorful. I really hope to get her done this year. She's on my list of things I should get done this year, so. But that 46 count, definitely need to use my OttLite to stitch this. Can't just, or like if the sunshine, if I'm like in my living room, and I get a good light from the living room, I can stitch in there. But I did get my new glasses too. I went to the eye doctor over summer, and I have them in my little case here. I got some new, my prescription changed a little, so I got some new glasses. I wear those sometimes, so those definitely help when I'm working on higher count fabric. All right, so Katerine's Garden, the snowball. Okay, so I worked on finishing up the rest of the snowball charts I wanted to do in here. This is by With Thy Needle and Thread. I used the called for fabric and floss, and I think it's, yeah, 36 count Patriots Brew by R&R, and then the floss is DMC, and I think I've got them all here. So I did, well, all the ones I wanted to do. So I did this little guy, and I did the Winter Wonderland words. I don't think any got stuck in here. Did Let It Snow. And I did the cute little, this was the first one I did. I think I've already shared this one with you. The little snow globe. So these are all done, and I'm just waiting to turn those into pillows, but I'll probably do that when it gets closer to winter time, because right now I'm all about fall stitching. So let me stack that right there. Okay, so I finished the snowball, and then Mary Gibson for the rest of June. So that was all of June. And then here's my July. I've got some patriotic stickers, a little Santa for Christmas in July, watermelon. My kids and my husband love watermelon. I'm the only one who doesn't like it. And whatever is left, I give to the chickens, because we still they can't eat a whole watermelon. It's still a lot for 4 people. But I worked on Americana Blue, and I finished that as well. So Mom, if you're watching, you might want to either fast forward or close your eyes for a couple minutes while I show yours. So I stitched this for my mom. This is Americana Blue by October House Fiber Arts, and my mom chose the fabric and floss, and she chose 40 count Mayflower by Fox and Rabbit and Overa Swell 103 number 417. So I'm going to most likely get this framed next. So I have to get this all ironed and looking pretty, and then go pick out a frame. So, okay Mom, last warning, close your eyes. So I got this all done, and it's beautiful. Like I said, maybe I gave you the wrong date for Mary Gibson. This I finished on the last day of July. So July 31st, I got this done. And it's so pretty. It was a lot of work. But it was nice just having one color to stitch with. And I asked my mom what she wanted in the box for the initials, and she chose just her first initial, C. And I love it, and I hope she does too. I hope I can get the perfect frame. So now that'll be like the next step for that, is to figure out the perfect frame. So I worked on Americana Blue, and then I did a new start, Sewing Sundries by October House Fiber Arts, and I finished that in 2 days as well, and it's right here. I'm gonna knock anything over. I don't know the fabric. I think it's 36 count milk and honey, or cream and sugar. I think it's cream and sugar by Fiber on a Whim. And I didn't have all the floss colors that the chart called for. Here, I should show you the chart if I have it. I probably put it away. But I just did my best to match the picture. And I know I didn't have this red, and I don't remember what I used. I probably wrote it down on my chart and then put it away. But it's really cute, and I just love this skinny pillow. It's so cute. It's so stinking cute. So I got this done, and then oh, you know what? The details are in an Instagram post if you want to know the details. I think I put the floss in there too. So then I just had this fabric in my stash, and I thought it matched this pink right here and this pink right here pretty well. And I used that, and then I think this is Sizzle by Lady Dots Creates. I'm pretty sure this is the color Sizzle. And it's just so stinking cute. And it's just stuffed with like the polyfill, but the soft fancy kind. not the polyester, is it? But it's probably polyester. It's right here. I got a big bag and stuff is falling. This is what I use. The silky polyfill. Yeah, it's poly, you would assume it's polyester. Doesn't even say. Hypoallergenic polyester, fancy. But it's super soft. And I think I got that bag off Amazon because the other stuff I got from Joanne, and they are no longer around. So anyway, sewing sundries. It's probably upside down now. So I got this stitched and finished. So that is another thing I worked on. And let's see, a lot of work on Americana Blue. I worked on 12 monthly minis, and it's down here, so I just have to... Okay, it's in my spring project bag. That's okay. So this is by Primrose Cottage Stitches. And I'm doing my own colors because they're so small. I'm just using, they all call for DMC, but I'm choosing overnight cottons that I have. So I am using 36 count cream and sugar by Fiber on a Whim. I just have it on one big fat quarter, and I have them stitched all along the bottom here. So April, May, June, and July are done. And I think I've used beads on all of them except for July. And these are just beads I had in my stash. So there's April, May, June, and July. And if you're interested in the colors I use, just leave me a message and I can put a post on Instagram with the floss, because they're all on sticky notes in my book, but it's on the same page that shows the chart, so I can't share that with you. These little strawberries right here are beads, and it's hard to see that white flower in the middle, but it's okay. It's kind of getting washed out. It's much better in person, but in hindsight I should have chosen a darker fabric because there is a lot of white for some more of the projects. So like probably January has a lot of white. I think January is the one with snowmen. Yeah, that makes sense. So I have, you know, a couple more to go before I can get this done. That's another project I'd like to finish this year. Okay, so I worked on that. Then I also worked on Laura's Frisian Sampler. This is by Modern Folk Embroidery, and I already put the chart away. And I don't know what fabric this is. It's by Roxy Floss Co. I can't read the handwriting. And it's Roxy Floss Co. floss as well. And it turned out really nice. I really love it. And it's small enough where it could be a largish pillow, but I think I'm gonna get this one framed as well. So it turned out really nice. The floss colors are really pretty on this one. So that one I worked on and got done as well. Let's see, where am I? Yeah, I worked on that for like 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 days until I just wanted to get some stuff done. And then I worked on Santa's Village a lot by Country Cottage Needleworks. And okay, so I used 36 count natural, just as Weigert. And this is Santa's Village, and yes, I stitched them all together, and I did finish it, which was another goal for me to get done this year as well. So I'm completely done. I just need to get this framed also. And I used all the called for floss and the buttons from just another button company. Okay, so this one's pretty big too, so I'll hold it farther away so you can see the whole thing. So I'm so excited to have this done. It's so pretty. It's really pretty. And I did end up going back and putting in French knots for the eyes for Santa and Mrs. Claus, and the elf down here. And then instead of adding black, like the dark brown black for the gingerbread, I put in white so it looked like frosting. The only house I just don't like is like too much is this one, because excuse me, the color didn't match the photograph really well, but I just went with it because it's what it was called for, and that's what I used for everything else. So it's all done. Got all the snowflakes taken out and redone, no glitter. It's so cute. I'll have to find a really epic frame for that one. So I'm really excited to have that one done. It's nice to get a lot of big projects out of the way. Okay, so I worked on all this. So there's nothing else new I worked on for July. So August. August is my birthday month. So I just added a whole bunch of stickers that I liked. I got some flowers, a teapot, cute little tomato, a Santa, because this is when I finished Santa's Village, I think right here on this day. Yep, so I finished Santa's Village in August. Okay, so I started off the month working on Eliza Jane Smith, 1840. Okay, she's in my bag still. This is not the cover sheet. This is by The Wishing Thorn. I don't know where the cover sheet is. Oh, that was convenient. Okay. This is Eliza Jane Smith, 1840. So I'm stitching her with a mixture of flower threads and Overa Soie d'Alger silk. I had to think about that for a second. So I've got them right here, and I bought it as a thread pack. And the fabric, I mentioned it before. I'll share it next time I show this because it's all tucked away. But let's see, I worked on the rest of the blue. Well, no, did I? I don't know if I did the alphabet. I don't remember where I was at before like last time I shared this with you guys, but I know I've worked more on the border and this Algerian eyelet alphabet, this dark red. I love Algerian eyelets. And then I'm pretty sure I worked on that blue alphabet on the top too. So that's my progress. I don't know. I know this is 32 count fabric because of the flower thread. That's what she recommended, but I can't off the top of my head remember what kind of fabric. I think it's a Weeks Dye Works, maybe wheat or something, if that's even an option. So I worked just a tiny bit on that, and then I worked more on Katarine's Garden, Santa's Village, and then I had a new start on World Cross Stitch Day, which was August 8th, and I worked on my very first animal cracker. And of course I had to choose Theodore because my eldest, his name is Theodore, and I picked this up as a kit from Country Sampler in Spring Green, Wisconsin. And I'd show you everything in there, but it's tucked in between the chart and all the instructions. So, sorry. So I started him and I actually finished him on the 26th. So this is on 36 count. You know, is it written? No, it's tucked away too. 36 count something. I think it's Weeks Dye Works gray, but I'll get you that information when I actually fully finish him. And I'm so excited for when I do, because I have a cute little plan for him. And I call him Teddy the Tabby. So he's Teddy the Tabby. And I only have a little bit of orange left, so thank goodness I didn't run out. Actually, not too bad. Not too bad. But here's Teddy. So he's super cute. And I'll finish him following the instructions. So I didn't trace on the back though. You're supposed to like trace the outline of the template on the back is what she says to do, and then stitch him. So I'm sure it'll be fine without doing that. At least I hope so. So fingers crossed. Okay, so I started Teddy and finished Teddy. And then on my birthday start, I cheated a little bit and started the night before, so I would have, like I brought it, my best friend and I, we went to Country Sampler and we went to Witchery Stitchery. We did like a day trip and did some serious damage to our checking accounts or whatever. Spent a lot of money. And so I brought my stitching with me in case I had time to, which I didn't. But I started Mary E. Allen 1836 by Praiseworthy Stitches. And I'm not doing the rice stitch for the house. I'm just doing cross stitches, and I'm changing all the colors to what I have. And mostly because I wanted my house like a little pink, but I'm stitching it on 40 count. Look at my tags gone. Let me see if it's folded up in here. 40 count Fox and Rabbit Saltbush. And this is my progress. So the house is done. I chose Gentle Art Antique Rose. And these are the colors I have pulled. I don't think I've used them all yet, but these are the ones that I'm leaning towards. So there is my progress. There's the house. And I started with the house so I could see how it looked and then choose my other floss colors from there. So here's the sorry, yeah, the lighting isn't the greatest. I do apologize. I have my ring light out, but it was really dirty and I didn't want to go clean it. So that is my birthday start, and I've only worked on this like 3 days. So I haven't touched that since like my birthday. But that's okay. So I worked more on Santa's Village. My kids had their first day of school. Finished Santa's Village, worked on Theodore, and then I had a new start. This is Arranging Mushrooms by Ink Circles, and I wanted to put this on a like a stitching case. So I'm finally on the bandwagon with all those cute stitching cases, and I made my own with this on there. I just didn't stitch these mushrooms down in the corner because I wasn't a fan. They just look like blobs to me. But anyway, this is stitched on 40 count Lichen by Tabby Cat. I still have it left over from, I stitched Elizabeth Garrett on it. She's got like 2 last names. I can't think of the other one. And then I use this to do a freebie I have on my much neglected blog. And oh, I'm sitting funny. My foot really hurts. I had a hard time picking trim for this. So it looks a little wonky down here. I'm not sure why, but I think it does okay. It is really pretty. I love this green fabric because I wanted it to match my project bag for fall, and it looks really well together. There's some pretty greens in there. And here's my inside, and I put the floss that I used because I changed all the floss again. I just used what I had, and these are one of the Roxy Floss Co's from the Laura's Frisian sampler. And that one's gonna fall. So that's what I used. So I tucked those in there. And inside I put the same mushroom fabric as my project bag. And then I used some Lady Dots Creates chenille around the edges. Got my little itty bitty kohanas in here, some chapstick, and a little rock that Theo gave me. And then this just fell out. This is a butterfly that my husband's grandmother made. So I'm gonna keep that in there. It's got some fall colors. Then on the pocket, I just put some pink ribbon because I know there's no pink in any of this, but I thought it looked like, out of all the choices I had, I liked it the most. So yeah, that's what I have so far. I'm debating whether or not to like take these off, but I don't know how, and I don't want to ruin my box and put fabric here instead. So if you know, or if you point me in the right direction, leave me a message so I don't ruin my box. But that's my sewing case, and that's Arranging Mushrooms, and that was the floss I used. So they go together really well, and it's super cute. And it fell down, but that's okay. Anyway, I'm gonna set that there. I'm running out of room. So that was a new start on the 20th. I finished that in a few days. Finished Theodore, and then now I'm working on fall. So I started this freebie. I don't even know where or when I got this. Probably in an online order from the Black Cat Stitchery. They would send out free charts in the mail. And but if you're on the Homespun Needlework group, Julie just posted this chart there, so you can find it there as well if you're in that group. And this is Smell by My Feet by La Di Da. I'm using some leftover NPI silk for the black, and I'm not sure if Willie just woke up or not. And then Tin Bucket instead of the green, because the fabric I chose is green, and it got some yellow and blue in there too. So I thought it looked really cool. Maybe I'm hearing things. And this is 36 count Highland. And I got it, is it Picture This Plus? It says PTP 41Y. I'm gonna guess it's Picture This Plus. So I got this on 123 Stitch. It looks so much better in person. It's really cool. There's like this really pretty blue splotch right here. And it's not as yellow in person. It's more green and blues in there. But I have threads all over, I'm sorry. But this is the little curl for the boot, her laces, and then this is the stocking and the border. Oh, and this is the T for treat. So I started this a couple days ago. And I'm just using what I have. Okay, oh, this was my last Country Cottage, Santa's Village. I finished that one up. Stitch cards, okay. I got something back from the framer. I don't know when, but it's in my box. So this is Humble and Kind, also by Lottie Dot. And this is, I'm gonna guess I used all the called for fabric and floss. So 36 count Ren by Picture This Plus, and I chose the NPI silks because I wanted to treat myself for this one because I really like this. I'm pretty sure I showed this finished. Oh no. The little felt feet got stuck to my board. Okay, so here is it's all framed, and this frame is beautiful. I wanted to match the picture as best as I could, and my framer pulled out a whole bunch and then brought this out, and I'm like, yes, that's the one. It's so pretty. I definitely will have to use this one again. I love it. So I'm really happy with this one. A fun fact, my chart was missing the alphabet, and a kind lady sent me pictures of hers so I could finish it. And I did change some of the colors around. I used all the called for colors, but I just switched them up a bit. And then my chart was not mirror images for these two, so I wanted it to be a mirror image, so I fixed that for myself as well. But I just love this one. It's so pretty. And that frame is just perfect. So now that I showed you, I can find a spot to hang it up. Okay, I have more things that I haven't written down. So I'll share those with you as well. Just give me 1 second. And then I'll get out of here and do some stuff. Okay, I lost room. Well, I'll just put that there. Okay, so I started working on a quilt, an autumn quilt. I've had some fabric from Walmart for a few years now that I've been wanting to use to make a quilt ever since I saw Priscilla and Chelsea do the quilt as you go. So I'm gonna reach over and grab it to show you. Sorry about that. I bought 10-inch square batting blocks from Fat Quarter Shop, and then I cut, most of my fabric was in fat quarters, so I cut those into 2.5-inch strips, and I've made 4 blocks so far, and I think I did them all yesterday. Yeah, I haven't had time to sew today, so I started it yesterday. I started sewing yesterday. I cut my strips out earlier in the week. So I'm able to get one of each kind of fabric in each block, which I think is really cool. So I have 7 different fabrics. And the ones that came in fat quarters were this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. And then I had a little, like maybe a yard of this and maybe a yard of this that I added in. I'm hoping to have enough of this left over to use as the binding, but we shall see. And then I already have fabric for the backing as well that I got from Fat Quarter Shop. It's just, that's going to be a little bit more hard for me to reach. So there's my 4 blocks to start. Very excited. I'm not a quilter, but you know, I'm just doing my best. I just really wanted a fall quilt and, you know, to be nice and cozy. Sitting in front of me is another new start I have. I started Primrose Cottage Stitches Autumn Quilt, I think yesterday. It calls for Weeks Dye Works Bright Leaf, which I have, so I'm using that. And it calls for Classic Colorworks Dublin Bay, which I do not have, so I'm using Rain Shower. And here's Bright Leaf. So those are the 2 colors I'm using, and it's on 36 count Moonstone by Fiber on a Whim. Let me try to fold it because I left it on the whole thing. I got a fat quarter. So, and then I just have, oops, what? Oh, phew, it's just the needle. I have some leftover petite glass seed beads from, I don't know, something, and I'm sticking those in as well. Right here at these 4 points. So this is the bottom right, and that's my progress so far. We got home a little late last night for a Cub Scout meeting, so put the kids to bed, vegged out on the couch for a little bit, and then went to bed myself, so I didn't stitch last night on this. Otherwise I would have, but I was kind of tired making sure Willie didn't break any bones on the playground. It's so pretty. The colors look so much more vibrant in person. Vibrant, but still like fall. Okay. I think that's it. I mean, I can show you here. I'll show some of the fall stuff. I'll just keep going. So I pulled out. So that was that. This is this. And then since I'm really into stitching fall, I'm going to share some things I want to work on. So I thought it would be fun to do Autumn Harvest. It's a Mill Hill bead kit. And depending on how big this one ends up, we'll see if it fits in my little sewing case there, stitching case. Otherwise, I'll just put it, put the magnet on there and put it on the cabinet that my printer rests on, where all my other Mill Hill beads are. So mushrooms are cute. I like them. Oh, you know what? I forgot to share something, and that was Maker. But I don't know where it is. So I finished Maker by Heart and Hand because I have the finishing piece right here. I must have it tucked away. I'd really like to finish the September Cottage for Cottage of the Month. I still haven't completed all of these. This is on 28 count tea coffee dyed even weave, I think. So in true Priscilla and Chelsea fashion, and using all the called for colors as well. I think they're right here in a pile, but it would be really nice to actually get these all done, this whole series. So it's just harder for me to push it through this fabric, the needle, because it's pretty stiff and tight now compared to the linen that I use. And so I can only do it like a little bit at a time. But here's the November one that I'd like to get done as well. And then I only have a few more. I think I have August and maybe just August after these two. I also pulled out my word plays by Brenda Gervais with my needle and thread. This is October. So I have September and December done, and March. And I'd like to get this monthly series done as well. But I think I'm missing a few charts, so I should get those like before you can't anymore, unless you can't anymore, and then oh well. Here's November. And these one I'm stitching all these on the same fabric. It's just 36 count vintage country mocha. So I've got my 2 pieces ready to go. In fact, they're all cut out. I'd also like to finish this series. This is by Lizzie Kate. It's her snippets, her autumn ABCs. I have the summer ABCs. The spring one I have done on Ada. It was like one of the first things I stitched. So I want to redo that one. And then, what am I missing? Winter. So I have same fabric, 36 count, vintage country mocha. So I have a spot for 3 more. They'll all fit on here. So it'd be nice to get those done. I'm not trying to, like, I don't want to buy the threads for it. So right now I'm trying to decide which colors to use. But this is what I have pulled out so far. I'm just not sure about this yellow. So I'd like to get that done. I don't know. Oh, I have this pulled out because, sorry. I have the, like the summer one done, and it's been up since I fully finished it, but I'd like to get this done as well. So I pulled out this one for fall. This is Be Thankful, Be Ye Thankful. And I think this is the fabric I used for the summer one, so that's why I have this pulled out. I don't know what floss I'll use for that yet. I also pulled out some finishes that I'd like to fully finish. This is by, I have the chart tucked away. It's either Heart in Hand or Hands on Design. I'm gonna guess Hands on Design. There's another chart that goes with it. I stitched this last year. I've got my, I wanna say Thankful String by Lizzie Kate. So I'd like to fully finish this. It's stitched on 28 count fabric flare because the back is white and it's like a printed fabric. I can't remember what it's called. Then I have my Lizzie Kate. This was a mystery sampler, but I got them all at the same time because it was already over with. I'd like to get this fully finished. This was the freebie that came with that chart. This is on fabric that I dyed when I was a teenager. And then I re-dyed it to be like a different shade of purple. Haunted, Spooky, Scary. October. This I finished last year as well. Last fall. This is by Little House Needleworks. I'm not sure what the chart is called. And this was also fabric that I dyed because it wasn't dark enough. But I've got all my fall. Oh, here it is. Hands on Design. Nope, that's not the right one. But I want to stitch this. I have this one to do. I have this one all done. So I'd like to do this one. Here, let me just grab my box. I keep my charts in boxes. So. Yeah, it is Hands on Design. So I have this stitched up and I'd like to get this done. I think this is the fabric I want to use. Hopefully there's no crease line. I'm sure there is now. If there is, it's okay. I'll find something different. And then I really want to get this done as well because I have the, oh, you can't see it. I have a cute little finishing board for this, kind of like the bunny for the spring ABCs, but it's like a jack-o'-lantern. Super cute. So I want to work on that. I got this as a kit from Spring Green Country Sampler. And everything I need is in there. So I'd like to get this done. I think this I got from Witchery Stitchery. I thought it says fall to me, so I thought I put it in my fall bucket. I don't think I'll use this fabric or that metal plate. We'll see what I end up doing. I think I'll just leave it off. But it seemed kind of like fallish, and there's a cute little squirrel. It'd be a really cute pillow. I really like these. I think these would be really cute finished on like a paddle board. Either all on the same fabric together or separate, but just like lined up horizontally, I think would be really cute. I have the tray for this and the felt pumpkin, so I'd like to stitch this one as well. I'll probably get the cauliflower floss for this one. We'll see. But I'm really trying to use what I have, because I do have a lot of things in my craft room, and you know, I could probably find something to make it work. I'm running out of room for floss and fabric, so Blackbird Designs patchwork pumpkin. Shh, be a good girl. So there's a lot of heavy stitching in there, but I thought it would be cute. This one I really like, but I feel like just doing the witch, I don't know, I really like this mushroom and that snail, but I just feel like just that would be cute. Just maybe move this over or something. I don't know. So that would be fun. My chickens, I don't know if you can hear them, and they're just walking away. This would be really cute. Maybe I'll make one blonde, because my best friend has blonde hair. This would be nice to start. It'd be fun to use the same colors as the autumn quilt. Get some blues in there. Because this is Color and Cotton Pumpkin Pie, and I'm not gonna even try to get it. I really like this one. I think there's a couple in this. Yeah, it must be a series because it says part 2. And I got this at Witchery Stitchery, but I didn't get, oh here, they're on the back. I didn't like all of them, so I only got a couple. So that would be nice. This is nice and quick. This was a Friday freebie from Primrose Cottage Stitches in their email newsletter, whatever it's called. I think it was from like when they first started last year, because it does say 2024 on it. I have a lot of these free charts from them to print out, but this was the one I have for like Halloween and fall. So I'd like to work on that. I really like this one, but I think I just want to do these two. And it's funny because I saw someone on Instagram do exactly that. They left, I think they just, well, they showed a picture of these two, but I don't know if they're going to do the rest, but I think that would be really cute. Just these two, that cute little pumpkin couple. And turn it into a cute little pillow. Charts are sliding. I really like this one from the Drawn Thread. This is Full Moon. I like both of these. I would do both of them. I think they're so cute. This would look really nice with some beads, I think, too. I used to add a lot of beads to my stitching, and then I stopped, but I'm trying to get back into it because I just think it adds a nice little effect. I picked this up as well. I think this was my first trip earlier in the year. Midnight Ride by Blackbird Designs. It's also got this right here in the back. If I were to do that, which I'm not sure, I don't think I'd add the stripes. I think I would just make it a black hat. We'll see. And then I know this isn't much, but this was a daily Halloween freebie, kind of like a countdown from Pine Needle's Facebook page, I think. Or maybe you signed up on their website. But they're Halloween. It's like a grid I can't show you the charts, and there's no finished thing I can show you, but it was it was a stitch along, and they sent out a free, I don't know if they sent it or you had to go and download it yourself. I mean, it's 31 pages here plus, and it's just a little block that you do and you put it all together. I did they had a Christmas one, and I did that, and then I got all of the ones for Halloween and printed all those off, but I haven't started it. But it would be nice to get that out of my box because it's like this thick. And I have shown the Christmas one before. It's really cute, so that would be nice to do. I have more in here, but nothing that I wanted to get to like this year, so I've got all those left. But those were the ones I really wanted to try to focus on for this year. And then I'm gonna leave you with my latest chart that I shared. I have to take my light down because I'm using my finished design to prop it up. So, and it fell. Okay, I already shared this on Instagram, but this is my latest chart that is available in my Etsy shop. A little patience. Let me just see if I can turn my light back. Woo! Okay, that kind of works. So this is called Happiness Blooms, and I stitched this on 36 count. I don't even have the sheet. Let me see if I printed it out. Hold on a second. Yep, okay. Sorry about that. So this is what it looks like, the chart. Well, I can't show you the actual chart, but it is stitched on 36 count cream and sugar by Fiber on a Whim, 1/2 using all DMC. And then the display piece is by Paisleys and Polka Dots, and it is their Country Cottage cross stitch display. And oh, it's so cute. I want to get my like hallway from my garage into my kitchen all painted and finished so I can put this on the wall. And then I asked my husband if we could like put in little like hooks in the bottom to hang our keys, but he said maybe a command strip would be better. So wouldn't that be cute to have like this for your keys and stuff? And then I think I'm gonna design some more things to put like a pillow in here or something. I don't know, because it's really plain, but it's so cute. I just love it. And I love that saying, happiness blooms in a house filled with love. It's so cute. And it's got a little birdie up at the top there. And I hope you love it as much as I do. But it's available in my Etsy shop. Not very much. So I'm just gonna set that down there. Okay, well, that's probably my longest video to date. I can't believe I even had enough space on my phone to record this long. So I will try to be back the last Thursday in September as well. This was fun. I almost didn't do this. I'd rather be stitching, but it was nice to sit here and spend my time with you. So visit my Etsy shop and like the video, become a subscriber, check out my Instagram, and I'll put all that information in the description box below. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day or night. Bye.